I'm back. So, if you guys don't know who this is what's his name? Colin, what's his name? Cohen Dynamic. I don't know what kind of stupid name that is. But anyways, this is a goofball that's been teasing or been trying to antagonize black men. Um, I guess he kind of discovered the black YouTube sector, and he's been online for a long time. He's actually been, I think he's been doing this for like 7 years. He kind of came shortly after the whole Jacob Mason thing, where Jacob Mason he was this super Chad white guy who went on Twitter and he talked about how he loved black women, he loved dark skinned black women, and a lot of African American women were like, "Oh, okay, this is something new." But it turns out that he only liked African women. Um, so there was like a little short little phase where white boys were on YouTube, you know, kind of chocolate fantasizing on how they love black women so much, even though they didn't even knew any black women for the most part. They were really just going off of magazines or stuff they see on TV. But in reality, they were just kind of banking on the whole gender war, and they knew that there was a lot of complaints that black men were making, and so goofballs like him wanted to capitalize on it. And seeing him use these little dumbass talking points like why dusty black males trash black women dating out, but black men don't trash white women dating. That's a fucking lie. Y'all have been trashing with white women from liking black men for centuries to where even consensual sex from a black man on a white woman was still viewed as rape. Um, and even the legality or the thought process of consensual sex between a white woman with a black man, y'all would have killed the white woman. Y'all would have killed both of them. So this bullshit, like, you guys don't trip. Y'all are the most insecure about shit. Y'all the ones asking Becky, "Hey, have you ever dated a black guy before?" So it's funny you're not name calling white women or insecure white men, but you want to talk about black men being dusty. This is just really a nice little adverb that they love using to just generalize black men, because they love entertaining. He loves entertaining these little divestors into into playing into his little mind games that he's no different. He's so better than any nigger because he's white. He's middle aged. I mean, he looks average. He's not even really a clean cut white dude. It's like shaggy hair. Um, is kind of goofballish. Shadow, like, do better. You got these little kind of Walmart, you know, things in the background, but I'm like, this is like a bland ass apartment. It doesn't speak to anything. But you willing to call us dusty, and you've been online for what, 7 years, and you have yet to even show an engagement or even marriage. You showed a couple of black women on your page a couple times, but I mean, so the fuck what? You have sex with black women. So does many people. But hey, let's just hear what you gotta say.
Why do dusty black males trash black women when they date interracially or date out, when they swirl. But why do white men or dusty white males, because neither of these do
Nigga, motherfucker, you didn't even put Dusty White Man on the fucking title. So don't play dumb with me.
this, why don't they trash white women when they date interracially? Why is that? Now that's a question that
I'm honestly, I'm willing to stop it right here. Honestly, I think a lot of black men, at least in the spirit, kind of gotten used to it, and they're not even really worried about it because, really, truth be told, it's not like niggas are losing their girl to white dudes. You know, it's like, you know, they're not afraid to date them. I'm like, out of the many black women I've known from a lifetime, I don't really know any that's with a white dude. You know, maybe one if I think hard, but again, it's not even a trip. It's like it's really even nothing to even be insecure about. I think really how this began was with Tariq Nasheed kind of coining the term Negro bedwench, and he kind of created this this kind of paranoia that black women, primarily I guess back then, ADOS women were dating white men to get pretty babies. You know, you had that kind of whole mid 2000s kind of good hair, bad hair phase, dark baby, light baby, the doll test phase, and that kind of drizzled out. But you know, Tariq kind of went a little deeper to where he kind of, you know, a lot of these Hotep dudes were discovered ghetto gaggers, and they were just so outraged, and it was like, how could they? And I would even take ghetto gaggers even that seriously. I mean, we've already delved into their backgrounds. I mean, most of these women are just strung out crackheads. These aren't, granted, some of them come from well off communities. They're well off in general, but for the most part, these are just like low end prostitutes, homeless women, dope fiends. So you know, Esau, you know, wanting to, you know, defecate or make Keisha eat his asshole out. That, I mean, that doesn't bother me. It ain't like I wanted Keisha anyway. So I think luckily for now, a lot of black men are kind of differentiating to where most of this divester hate is coming from like old bitter women in their 40s. I'm still in my late 20s. I'm still in my 20s. So seeing a 40 something, a 50 something year old woman, black woman on YouTube, you know, shit talking black men about how we're so inferior, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me even with some of the younger girls like Yanni Red talking about, you know, just constantly calling black men dusty or whatever, and how we're not real men. So the fuck what, you know? But you the one with alopecia too, ain't it? You the one losing your hair, ain't it? It's your bald self. So again, I'm not really crying over, especially YouTube, you know, blockheads. You know, like I ain't crying over them. If they want white dudes, they want white dudes. You know, y'all want to clap your hands and act like y'all are doing something because we have the lowest divorce rate. Oh, okay. I mean, but truth be told, the majority of black women are not compatible with white men, and vice versa. So you're just kind of taking the little compatibility that you have and you're just maxing it out. I mean, so what? You know, even when it comes to divestors, they still struggle trying to find a reason to even find you physically attractive. It's not like you have anything going on. You guys don't know how to dress. No swag. Um, and once these women kind of realize that y'all don't have a bag like that, they'll be start calling y'all dusty too, and job shaming you for being a working class man. It's like y'all are actually really no different than us. So,
Have a hypothesis for, but I don't have an answer for. It's my hypothesis. It's something that I can only guess.
It's your opinion, not your hypothesis. Your opinion.
I am only learning about the struggles between black women and black men.
Did not bring that before. This is just another white dude trying to capitalize on insecurities within black relationships.
The reason why I talk about it is because regardless of the reasons, it's not a good thing. And since I've made videos about black women for, what is it now, 5 years, since December 26th. Well, actually, before that, I'm making it my business. Doesn't mean that I have everything right, but I think I have a right to talk about it. If you don't like it, don't watch the video. What I do know is that black women are constantly being targeted. And I'm sure, black women will say things to black men too. But here's the thing. White men and white males, dusty white males, we don't trash white women. We don't do this.
Bro. Okay, come on. You gotta like fake differentiate yourself from white men to dusty white men. Excuse me. And you're gonna differentiate differentiate white men by class, and then act like you don't see how white women even to this day are still getting kind of bullied, targeted, ostracized for dating black men. So I'm really even surprised you would even bring this up. I mean, I could just bring up the Klan and the destruction y'all did, but I mean, this is just it's just so intellectually dishonest to where it's like I'm kind of ashamed to even do this video.
Why is this? It's an open question that I would like to propose for speculation or for insight. I'm sure there's a lot of black women out there who had countless of story after story. And I'm sure there's black men out there, or DBMs, who want to share their truth. I don't really block people anymore. Only when they threaten people or threaten me or say very racist things like the N-word, then I'll block you. But if you just have something to say, whether I agree with it or not, then it doesn't matter. So, here's my hypothesis. I think black guys who do this to black women, they feel cornered. For a long time, they've had...
Nah, Esau, I'm going to take the mic from you. I think what it stemmed from was really not really differentiating ADOS women from African women. And because of a lot of immigration and African women, non ADOS women having a higher platform than ADOS women, it kind of got inflated to where you have just homogenous black women. Like I said before, we in the early MGTOW .1.2, we didn't differentiate. We just kind of saw a black woman for a black woman. But as we see now, once we created that divide, we're really just seeing, we'll see a small pockets of ADOS women, but it's really not even enough to really get black men fluttered. What it is that the majority of these goofballs are African and Caribbean black women trying to showboat to ADOS men and trying to act like we failed them. And I'm like, we're not even your men. You're not even our women. So you antagonizing us, talking about we fail and all this shit, and I'm like, you're not even in our communities to even be talking. So it's a disingenuous argument where African women should be talking to African men, but really in all honesty, African men are pretty much weak pussies, in my opinion. But it's a like nobody's insecure about that shit. Like nobody's worrying about it. It's like, hey, you see a white dude with a black guy with a black woman. I mean, truth be told, it's like it's kind of like, oh, hey, you one of the brothers, you one of us, huh? Yeah, okay, you cool, huh? Oh, like nobody's that insecure about shit.
Their ways. They would just trash black women and get away with it. But black women have started speaking out. Black men have started speaking out.
Black men, black men, black men, black men. We are taking so many L's out here because of the Pookies and Ray Rays. Your concept of being a man is not correct.
Yeah, I don't appreciate that shit. You want to try to use a brother's plug and try to again nah dude, don't pull this shit. And look like he didn't have much after that. Yeah, okay, yeah.
And also, white men are speaking out.
But you, Dusties, go ahead and make me look bad. You're good at that. You even make yourself bad, saying I'm calling good black men names when I'm actually, in fact, I'm only referring to the bad ones. Nah, dude. It's like there's no good and bad. You're really just, again, you're just playing on their insecurities because those black women, they don't play the good black man, bad black man. It's just a homogenous put it all together to where ADOS men are just these complete fuck ups. Actually, negate what I said earlier. They don't homogenize. It's just ADOS men are these big fuck ups that are thugs, losers, and all this. And then once we show that, hey, there's educated lames who don't have bodies, no kids, unmarried, unwed, and even with those qualities, those same black women look at us as losers. And then they get mad at us when we're like, hey, you didn't pick us. You what's up with that? So it's not a good black man versus bad black man. These chicks don't even want us either or.